Okay. Hello, I am them, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm playing Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I've already gone through character creation, and to be entirely honest, I've already gone through this entire opening bit, but was having some issue with the audio encoding, and I don't know how to edit that quite yet, and I kind of just want to upload something. Um, but I've made here a Skald that I think is an Inciter Skald that I want to really focus being on sort of the persuasive, charismatic type of character, because I'm most certainly not that in real life. Um, Case in point. So, I'm redoing this opening bit for the benefit of anybody that might be watching this. So I will try to read out the responses that I give, because this opening portion is fully voice acted. Um, so I don't really need to read anything aloud unless there are NPCs that don't have voiced dialogue. So I will try to keep that in mind as we go through this game, and welcome to Wrath of the Righteous. Alright, I guess we don't get the opening bit. But basically, my character, was wounded outside of the city that we are currently occupying, Canabris, and brought inside by a variety of soldiers, and there was an inquisitor named Holren that attempted to heal you from your wounds, failed, and called a dragon named Terendalang to essentially use Greater Restore on you. So now we are going to get into the game proper. And I can record this for a little bit longer as well, so that you actually get to see the combat and whatnot. Whoosh. Eventually, there it goes. Okay. So part of what drew me to the Skald is that they get barbarian rage powers, and I think these should affect your allies. Yes. And you also get a bunch of other stuff. So one of the biggest things that I wanted to invest in is persuasion here, because a lot of my abilities and feats and whatnot, like frightening ambush, are based off of persuasion. So I can use my high persuasion to sort of get into combat really quickly and then debuff them just by merit of using things like frightening ambush. But there are other things that I'm sort of using to build into that idea. And I'm sure that's how the subclass is supposed to be built, but I'm just doing this for the benefit of explaining my thought process here and not really trying to explain the character as a whole. But I also get Arcane Spirit, which is at any point in combat, not just sort of opening up when they're flat-footed. As I can use this anytime to essentially make my spells more effective. And I think I have one in here. Don't remember exactly where it is, but I think it's one of my spells in the spellbook. Yeah, that reduces dexterity, which is pretty huge. So I'm also going to be using Vanish occasionally for somewhat more difficult combat to turn invisible. Ideally, this includes myself, which is going to be a problem if it doesn't. So, knock on wood for that. And use that to get that sort of flat foot bonus towards, getting the essential extra super duper sneak attack. I forgot what it was called. Something ambush. Frightening ambush. Yeah. And we're in Canabras here, so this is just a little festival that's going on, you can probably see. And we're being attacked by demons. Hydrate. Always stay hydrated.
Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
Let the feast begin.
I said this in the first attempt of that video, but
One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If flee is your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
I've seen you somewhere before.
Yeah, you have. You owe me your life. I'm the one who found you outside the walls and brought you inside to be healed. I see they patched you up. Good thing they did it before the attack, or else you'd have been done for.
I like how we're just having a full-blown conversation while your buddies are like getting smacked by demons repeatedly. Anyway, who's Discarding?
You must have got a good drum around the head, friend. Discari's a demon lord, the most fearsome enemy of all crusaders and all living things, come to think of it.
Care to lend me a weapon? I'll try to fight the demons.
Yeah. Take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even.
Do you have a lot of crossbows?
Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
Okay. Pull out this blicky with some demons. Aim for his eyes. I guess not.
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts. Behold, Iomade. Behold the death I saw.
Oh, I was saying that that DBG is
The silver dragon Terendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
And this is around the point where I got to last time, but I'd just like to point out that these splash pages are just absolutely gorgeous. They have like it could have just been this picture filling the screen, but instead they got this nice little booklet that it's presented in, which is really, really cool. Gorgeous stuff. Okay. So, here we are. And then that's me. Okay.
I'm done. Oh, holy mother of...
It's a woman trapped under some boulders from the trench created by Discari.
You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
I feel them all right. When say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy
Hi.
meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
I don't think I have very high athletics. Or world knowledge. Very evil. Sure. I don't want to be mean as my absolute first action. Oh, I succeeded somehow. Okay. Oh, I guess it's to beat 12 or whatever it was. Yeah, beat 12. And I rolled a 14. Cool. Yeah, so if you aren't familiar with Pathfinder or you aren't familiar with CRPGs in general, this game at least is based like any tabletop RPG, which is what they are referring to when they say CRPG, computer RPG. They're referring to tabletop RPGs. Um, so a lot of it is based on D20 rolls. I don't know if this game is going to have like D8s or D6s. I think they do that for damage rolls, but I don't know if they get into the nitty-gritty of doing that anywhere else. So, anytime it says difficulty class, it just means you need to roll higher than this number um, to succeed that skill check, which I did. So, on we go.
Look at you! It's good to meet someone who uses brains first and brawn second.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomade's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabres will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
All right. Just reading through the options here. You're listening and not watching. Yeah, I'm just a traveler. I just wound up here by chance.
Call me superstitious if you want, or maybe cynical. But I just don't believe in chance or coincidences.
Cool.
How many stories around the tavern table have started with those very words?
Right enough. I have this habit, see, anytime somebody starts yakking about blind chance, it always turns out that the thing was as far from a quirk of fate as you could want. Sorry, don't take it personal, like. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open skies soon.
I actually have a programmable mouse, so just have the 2 buttons on it. It's like a Corsair or something like that. I don't know the exact model. Basically, I've mapped select party to just one of those buttons that I don't have to like click and drag every time or whatever the other hotkey is. I think it's backspace.
We should
Try.
move.
Is it backspace? Yeah, it's backspace. Not a fan of, you know, either reaching over the entire keyboard or lifting my hand up off the mouse, so I find it's a much smoother experience to just remap it to the mouse button.
Follow my steps.
Container. I don't think I chose any particular buttons. You have a life, so a good selection of stuff. Let's see, what do I want to use? In a Scald, and I did want to be somewhat frontline, so I was considering axes pretty strongly, but I'm also aware of a scimitar that I think becomes sentient and sings, so I feel like that is going to be pretty huge for this character if I can find that. A short spear. And I've played through Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, so I know that slashing and piercing and bludgeoning are all their own types of damage, but I haven't seen it very heavily emphasized in terms of certain creatures having resistance against those, at least when you inspect them. But I still try to have, like, out of the 4 weapons that you can have, or 4 weapon sets that you can have, to try and map out those types at least, and then just do another weapon for whatever I feel like. I feel like axe and flail satisfy slashing and bludgeoning, and then for piercing, I got 2 options. One is ranged and one is up close. And there are ways to get second, to get like slashing ranged weapons, and you also have stuff like the alchemist that can throw bombs. Or something like that. That's nice.
Let's head out. Who's there?
The fine apparel of a young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you would be forgiven for thinking you were at a high society party, and not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body so mutilated that at first glance it's hard to tell if it's animal or human.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev, I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, not many could withstand a strike from a demon, or not even Terendelev.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Daskari himself has come to Canabras. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Terendelev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now...
Olivia shakes her head.
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose.
What happened to this poor man? Who is he?
I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
Okay, do you want to join us?
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
Maybe somebody with a sneaky little necklace on, you know? Maybe.
That's right.
Anyway.
It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Sure.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Death is life's final surprise. People.
What weapons do you have? Nothing ranged. I really don't like Camellia. I really don't. I don't like her character. I don't really like using shamans. Personal taste. Anyway.
Let us be careful.
Into the... They will break against our resolve.
I do wish there was,
Die with you. The light. Take you.
combat speed options. That would be nice. Maybe I'm using crossbow. Right, so let me click that.
Tread lightly.
Save the last one for me.
Attack!
Heartbeat quickens.
Mace could also be pretty cool. Does that compare to a flail? I kind of prefer maces to flails. Doesn't do nearly as much damage though. This has finesse more than that. My strength is going to be higher, so that doesn't really matter. But I can definitely throw that on you. What else do we got? Have it on me. Do I have any of it? I don't need to worry about that so much. So I am not going to use that. Cool.
I'm gone.
Let me draw the first blood.
Am I hitting any of this? Let's see. From them. Miss. How bad of a miss was that? Did I roll? 7. Fair. Okay, so that's not too bad.
Our duty calls.
I think I still prefer the axe, though.
Follow my steps.
We are the light! They are the darkness!
Oh, okay. It's her that's doing that.
Let's head out.
Kind of killed my chances of getting a monitor lizard skin there.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize you have never encountered a creature like this before. Stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man.
Wenduok!
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Demons are laying waste to Canabras.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabras. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Who are you, tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the Underground Crusaders, the children...
Sadly, Underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
Right.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
Never heard of Underground Crusaders before.
In Canabras, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
This is a really nice detail, is that you can, like, tap open these, various flavor texts to get a better understanding of them if you want. And it looks like Golarion is just the planet that we're on, as far as I'll understand that. And Mendev is the nation that we are in.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are, and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
What are you doing here?
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
Maze? Does it really lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
We'll find the sword faster if we work together. I'll help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
Okay.
I found... something.
Something.
What's that there?
Now what is that?
I found... something.
What
Jeez.
do we have here?
Jeez, so many. Can't move that one.
No, what is that?
What's this one? Cool. Okay, unvoiced. So, a strange flash pierces the gloom, and Femnem, me, feels drops of searing blood run down her chest. The wound healed by Tarendula reopens and weeps scarlet, but there is no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber. This one or another one entirely. Femnem's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly burst into her mind. Thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery. They betrayed me, trapped me, and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect, the people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are, up ahead, in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I am about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I have strength, I must. Okay, so I'm gonna be kind of a nicer person. I don't like being mean in games. Although I really would like to do like a Lich playthrough with this, even if it's not super in line with the kind of class that I'm playing. But yeah, I'm still gonna try to be like a nice Lich, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm gonna heal it. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before them. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, Lariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said you and the other warriors of heaven would be leaving us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true? The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster, like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colorful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword, a majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clear. Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back. Then don't waste your strength healing me, the girl whispers. Your mission is more important. You take care. It is near. There in the vision, the darkness in the caves stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within steps, a vague shadow and outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirping and rustling emanates from the shadow, the sound piercing like hot irons lancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. The yawning chest wound burns white-hot. Fenman's head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is. The person called Lariel, who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. Okay. I don't think either of these is that high for me. I'm definitely not going to go with that one, so I'm going to just try, but Femnem is determined to fight off the illusion. Succeeded! At a will check. Cool. The force of the attack, though originating in a vision, is terrifying, but Femnem is stronger. She shakes off the pain and torpor. But alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real, it exists only in this strange vision or memory. But the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Discari, the terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they call Laria. The foolish angel, struggling on the rocks, like a fly with its wings torn off, intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from a quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old, and quavering. Where is your goddess, angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? Okay. A strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one they call Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering, with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks, his vitality ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword, and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Femnum senses the vision is fading, the rushing thoughts diminishing like a river running dry. The last thing she hears is this. You will kill me, monster. This I know, but one day someone will come here, raise up my sword, they will raise it up, and save and protect the innocent. The vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colors. Femnum does not hear the final words, but she seems to complete the thought, taking it to heart. Words flying from her lips, and with them, something else. The heat blazing in Femnum's chest fades away, the edges of the scarlet wound close, not leaving even a scar behind. Looking down, Femnum sees the flaming sword in her hand, or rather, its outline. The memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes, and the light is drawn into her hand. Femnum senses that it will return. All she need do is call it.
Hey! Are you alright? You were kinda glowing just now.
Sela kneels before the light, offering up the prayer to Ayamade.
That was it. The light of heaven. But how?
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
I think I saw the memories of Laria, the angel who died here.
That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs, and no one's been able to touch it. And now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Skill issue?
Now, Wendowog, don't be a sore loser. She is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before her, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because she doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the Abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
Requires angel mythic path, reveal light of heaven. It seems I can control it.
That is just... wow, I mean, that's amazing! Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more... golden? Chief Saul needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
Okay. Suppose I will go to the village and then probably end the video there. Shouldn't take but a few minutes. I don't think there's very much in terms of dialogue up to that point, so here is opening.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
I'll cut you wide open!
Misclick, sorry about that.
Let us be careful.
The mongrel did it. You've crossed
Save
the
the
wrong
last one for
mongrel.
me.
Oh, I was swinging. I was about to take the swing. Hell yeah.
Tread lightly.
Spins wand.
Well, this didn't go well.
What is this next? Ooh, okay.
Rely on
You
me.
need to heal it a bit though.
You
Even
can
me
trust me.
potions. Interest.
A bright future awaits us.
Smite. Don't need to smite myself.
The spirits demand your blood.
What's that mean? Yeah. Yeah. All right. 16, pretty nice. Cool. Oh, that's really cool. You get like a super detailed tutorial. I guess that'll be in the encyclopedia too.
I'm gone.
What's that there?
I'll bathe in your blood.
The inheritor.
Solid
Guide my
plan.
blade.
Kill it for you.
That was me again, getting those hits in, nice. Would love to see it, you really do. Armor could be an interesting thing to use. More weapon? That immense get benefits from using it? Don't know. Let's go grab it.
Follow my steps.
Okay, we're being stopped by Wendelog. Wendelog glances at Lan, who is fixing his slipped bowstring, and quickly walks over to you. Her cat-like eyes glow from beneath her hood. Listen here, ye. I don't know who you are or where you come from, but you and I are the only two people who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you. Don't show the light of heaven to Saul. Okay. Um, I mean, yeah, that's a pretty. Don't you want to save the kids lost in the maze? I do want to, but I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Soul is hesitant, and for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lan's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone if I have to, and find them, or whatever's left of them, without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking my own life. You and your friends, you can come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of the maze together and find a way out to the surface. So, I mean, I'm not going to do this, so just, spoilers. I'll think about it. Let's go. Windwag nods. Don't show the chief the light, and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface. I swear it. Even the location. Very cool. Where is it? Okay. And it appears that we have just about come up to the village. Yep. So I'm going to save here. Maybe heal up Sela a little bit first. Or you know what, I'm not going to do that because I think there is a point that I can rest at here in the village, so that's kind of just pointless. But yeah, especially since it looks like we are fatigued, so a rest is definitely important. But I'm going to save right there, and I will catch you in the next video. If you have any suggestions as for um, party members that I should use in this game, I don't plan on using Lan or Wenduog in the long term, and I also plan on dropping Camellia. I like Sela, and she's a really useful companion to have, so definitely going to keep her on as a party member for probably the very long term, and then everybody else is going to go. I do have some other companions that I want to um, keep in my party, um, but for the most part, I'm going to keep somewhat of an open mind about it, just to kind of learn more about the characters. But I've seen these characters so many times after restarting the game over and over again, just being who I am. So I'm not really going to use them. Um, I really don't like Camellia at all. Um, so yeah, we will pick this up in the next video. See ya.